Hello everybody, good afternoon. I'm Ron PUDIN. A little bit background on me. I'm the president for BIRDWATCHERS Association, SABAH BIRDWATCHERS Association. I'm the current president actually. My birding experience, almost 20 years into it, almost 20 years of craziness. Sorry. This is our logo, and there's a website, SABAH BIRDWATCHERS. So if you have free time, just go into the website and see our activities. And I saw a few of my members here as well. Mala and Catherine is here, and Adi. Okay, what is birding? Who is a bird watcher? A chicken, a bird. All be answered by these presentations. Okay, first of all, when you do birding, you need the binoculars. Here I have two samples of binoculars. One is Swarovski, one is Optisan. Okay, the difference between these two is the prices actually. One is a Rolls Royce, one is a Perdua. All right. So I just pass you around and have a feel on it. Yeah, I think you guys already gone to my workshop. Yeah. All right. Basically, this is the features of the binoculars. All right. It is the barrel, the body, the focus knob, and the eye cup. When you twist it clockwise or anti-clockwise, it extends, or it's for the purpose for the eye cup is when you're using specs or spectacles, you need to close it up until it completely shut, so light doesn't go, and disturb your view. All right. And another thing I need to say about binoculars is this one is 7 × 42 and the one is 8 × 34. What the figures means that the first number, the 7 and the 8, is the magnifications, the zoom number, and the latter number is the 34 and 42 is diameter of objective lens. The bigger the objective lens is, the more lights coming through and the brighter the binocular is going to be. All right. There's two apps that really helps in birding. One of it is like eBird. eBird, I think Catherine knows about eBird. All right, it's where we do listing. When we go outing, for instance, to Kinabalu Park, you log in and open a checklist. It gives you the probable birds that we found in Kinabalu Park. Okay, so easy for you to, if you see white-headed strogon, you just tick there how many white-headed strogon. Oh, male and female. So 2 times white-headed strogon. So it keeps your list in the database, and also keeping your lifer list. Lifer means birds that you've seen for the first time. My lifer list is for Borneo Islands, I think close to 535, my Borneo lifers. All right. And the second one, this is the best app that's available at the moment. Merlin, do install it because it helps you to identify birds. It is a features there. At the bottom it says identify birds. So if you click that, it asks you how big is the bird. Is it sparrow-like, or is it chicken-like, or is it eagle-like? It gives you the perspective. And did you see in the bushes where they is feeding on the feeders, or is it up in the trees? And just click, and in the end of that questions, they give you probable birds that suits what you saw. All right, that's quite good. So Merlin, install that. All right, where do you birds? Everywhere actually, behind your house. If you got shrubs or flowers, there's a lot of birds prefer flowers, especially ginger type, the ginger type flowers, yeah, heliconias, they love that. All right. Well, coastal gardens, river swamps, lowland forests, and mountain forests. My favorite, choose. Do you know which one is my favorite forest? Exactly, because you don't sweat. It's the atmosphere, the temperature is so nice. All right. What do you need to bird? Of course, binoculars. You need the binoculars to do it. All right. A guidebook. Nowadays, you can download Merlin, the Merlin app, so you don't need to carry a book with you. All right. A notebook is beneficial because when you look at the binoculars, you have to see what the color of the head, what the colors of the wings, what the color of the tail, because this is the signifies what actually characteristic or things that you look into identifying bird. All right. For instance, first of all, you need to note about the size. How big is the size? What you're familiar with? Chicken-like, or parrot-like, it's up to you. Then you have this mental image in your mind. Then when you go back later, when you have a reference book with you, then you're able to identify the birds, Anybody seen this movie? Yes, you are? Did you enjoy it? All right. This is showing in Disney Plus at the moment. So go to Disney Plus, Google this, the big year. This is actually the life for birders. How crazy birders are. What's the point of being birding? It's all explained in that movie. It's You know, you have to watch it. Yeah, Jack Black, Owen Wilson, and Steve Martin. This is the trailers in Netflix regarding about migrations. Why birders looking towards migration period. Migration period is like there's two type of migration. Northern migration that going down from Siberia or the northern hemisphere is from August to April. You know, that's when the birds from Siberia or northern hemisphere coming down to the tropics then end up in Australia or New Zealand. All right, and the other one is starting from April to August, the southern migration, the one from Australia, New Zealand, will coming up to our place. You know, Malaysia or tropical countries always be the best.
Migration is on. The border wall is no barrier to birds. I think birds bring people together from both sides of the Rio Grande.
Por la geografía, eso es el canal porque pasan del norte al sur.
Ellos no saben de fronteras, los animales no saben.
There's always danger for the birds, but sometimes it's man-made, and that's something that we can do about it.
Vegetation means wildlife. If that's destroyed, then their habitat is gone.
Vienen huyendo de las inclemencias de tanto nieve.
One of the reasons that we banned is to put a value on areas birds use every year and try to conserve them. Yeah, he's just wanting to bite me again.
Son hermosas las aves, pero también son indicadores de cómo está nuestro sistema, nuestro ecosistema.
Those birds use both our countries. They need to migrate back and forth.
¿Por qué, si nos dan tanto, por qué no conservar, proteger?
All right, that's the title, Birders. Do look up in the Netflix to understand and learn more about migrations and why do birders love migrations period. All right, and this one guy was whistling, tried to call the birds come nearer to them, you know. Okay, anybody knows this bird? I'm sure you guys knows about it. Hornbill. It's a toucan, only found in the South America. Don't be ashamed because most of us doesn't know about birds, always mistaken toucan to be hornbills. Even the governments are. They put on the billboard, they put on the posters and or promotional items. They put toucans because toucan is easily available online. You know, some of they're cute, adorable. Yeah, don't be ashamed. And anybody knows this? Hornbill. Yeah, what type of hornbills? Anybody knows? This is great hornbill, and this also always been mistaken for rhinoceros hornbill. Yeah, this is rhinoceros hornbill. This hornbill that found in our place in Borneo Island. All right, and there are 8 hornbill species found in Borneo, and this one is the most iconic. Even Sarawak made this the state bird. Okay, this is the hornbills that we have. All 8 of them. The sizes is comparatively, all right. The most endangered one, do you know, anybody knows which one? Helmeted hornbill. Because why is it endangered? Because the helmet is so cool, you know. People wants to have the helmet. Yeah, the casque. The only hornbills that have a solid casque, you know. And sometimes they call it ivory. Same with the elephant ivory. Poachers hunted them to sell to our neighboring China, to carve it into ornament, Buddha statues or anything that they favored, you know. So if you see hornbills, especially helmeted hornbills in the wild, don't reveal your locations because poachers might be looking at your posting. Yeah. Okay, nearly 11,000 species in the world, all right? And Borneo have 688 or more because this is only the one that been recorded so far. And 66 of that species of birds is only found in Borneo, all right? We are blessed because 66 around people coming to Sabah or Borneo just for this bird, the 66. If you want to get 7,000 listers, you have to come here, you know? And recently, somebody just announced they have 10,000 live lists, and he made it in Philippines, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot his name. Yeah, but 10,000. I think that one is the record holder at the moment. 6, only found in Sabah. 6 birds only found in Sabah. Borneo, you have 3 countries in Borneo. You have Malaysia, Brunei, and Indonesia, Kalimantan, Indonesia. But 6 of these birds, out of the 66, is found only in Sabah at the moment. Nobody is disputing this. We're still claiming it to be 6. We want to more. Probably one at first we're thinking about 9 but somebody dispute the other 3, so we deduct it. So now 6. I'll be talking about the 6 later on. Spectacled flowerpecker. People say nowadays you can't find a new species, but these spectacled flowerpeckers found in Danum Valley, and one of the guide, Wang Kong Intal, first spotted this bird in the canopy together with his guests. It's only described in 2019 or I think 2019, 2018. It is described. Described means when scientists catch and conduct a DNA to prove that the new species, then it's been described and been named. All right. But before that, it's spotted by our own Wang Kong Intal. This is the iconic bird in Borneo. On the far left to you is the majestic white-head trogon that found in the mountain. The second one is the bristlehead, Bornean bristlehead. Actually, Bornean bristlehead is the one that really puts Sabah on the map because it's the only one in this family, and it can be easily found in Rainforest Discovery Center in Sandakan. So when the explosion of birding come to Sabah in 2007, I'm not mistaken, and I'm one of them, because when Rainforest Discovery Center was just opened, and this bird is regularly being photographed this close, so it opened the eyes of the world that, well, Sabah is the next destination for birding. And previously there's only 4 bird guides, well-known bird guides, but today there's more than 30 bird guides in Sabah. All right, to give that perspective, Sarawak only have 3. Peninsular Malaysia probably less than 10. So Sabah is becoming the hotspot for birding now. This is what birders around the world want to get when they go to Kinabalu Park. The whiteheads trio or trinity, the broadbills, the spider hunters, and the trogon. You might be wondering why this bird called whiteheads. None of them have whiteheads. It's named after Sir John Whiteheads, the one that first described this bird, I think in late 18th centuries. I'm not so sure about that. This is the 6 Sabah endemics, only found in Sabah. All right. The black-crowned pita can easily found in the lowland forest. The Sabah partridge, being honored to call Sabah partridge, used to be the necklace partridge. Yeah. And the third one, even that is my lifer. I haven't seen that bird because it's only found 2,000 meters and above. When I conquered Kinabalu, I haven't become a birder yet. So even though I saw the bird, I don't consider it a lifer because I didn't describe it or I didn't identify it on the field. So it's still my lifer. I still have to go up there one day. All right. Kinabalu friendly warbler. All right. The raptor, the cutest raptors among the all, the smallest raptor in the world, only found in Sabah. White-fronted falconet. I think about this. I think about let's touch your palm. The smallest raptors in the world. Raptors is burung pamangsa, the one that they catch and claw their prey. Yeah. Even owls are raptors. Yeah. But what that bird? Scavenger bird. Vultures. No vultures, right? They're not raptors. They cannot hunt. They scavenge on dead meat. Black-capped babbler, and the one at the end is the white-crowned shama. And among all these 6, the most vulnerable is the white-crowned shama and the partridges, the Sabah partridge, because the white-crowned shama is a songbird. People cage them. It's sad, but that's how it is. Some people like to watch them in the cage. But for me, it's a joy to see them in the wild, especially looking at their habitats and looking at their behaviors. All right. So that's why you have a binoculars. All right. That's a 6 Sabah endemics. Okay. Our forestry department have just released these posters. I think if the schools wants it, you can do it online. The Sabah Forestry Department online. So they have this Bornean endemic, so it's there. Okay, this is a short video made by my friend Jordan Sitorus. This is a glimpse of what you be looking at in the forest. This is a glimpse of what we birders are looking at and what we're crazy about. There's a white-breasted woodpecker. By the way, the bird doesn't stand still. It flew, it flies, and this is a pickerlet. Yes, all in Sabah. This particular one taken in Rainforest Discovery Center. Yeah. Sometimes you need to entice them. 3 years ago, you asked me 4 years ago if I agreeable to bird feeding. I said no, I don't want to have a bird feeding. But nowadays, I'm kind of going towards, yeah, it's okay to feed them for conservation purposes, because when you do hides, places where you feed the birds, you only localize to one place. So birders don't trample to other forests to look for this bird. You destroyed one small place, but you save the greater of Sabah. That's my opinion, you know. Charlotte's bulbul. These are birds like they love water. This is from a natural pool on the tree trunk. If your house, if your garden, in a hot day like this, what we're having now, provide what you call it, water, open water containers that's not too deep, I think about 2 inches. Just leave it out, and birds will come and bath at your place. Yeah. The blood partridge, or this is the crown. This is our jewels. You know, I went to Kalimantan for this in 2015 and spent 5 days in the jungle. Just see it, took photo of the tail. That's it. But nowadays you can video and photograph that into lupin. There's a height where you can do this. You know. Yeah. Jordan Sitorus. This is a promotional video by SABAH Tourism. Well, that's my presentation. So, any questions about birds? Yes. Tell me, after watching this, is chicken a bird? It is a bird. It got wings, it got a beak, it lay eggs. It's a bird. All right. All right. Questions?
In your experience, right?
Yes.
During the migration, I'm wondering if there is any difference after, after the pandemic.
Well, good questions. Yeah. Well, during the pandemic, it's like a lot of been reset, especially of forests, even in the animal world. I think it's undisturbed for almost 6 months or a year. So I think the populations, increase. I believe so. Yeah, because it's like nobody goes to the forest, nobody goes to disturb them. Yeah. This is my experience when the pandemic was first open, when we can go somewhere and birds. When I went to Kinabalu Park, if you know everett thrush is very shy and skulky birds that always in the bush. You only see them if you're the first person in the park or the last person at the park. They've always been skulky and shy, very timid. But when the pandemic opened, I went to Kinabalu Park with a friend. At noon, it was feeding by the roadside, and it doesn't really seem to be scared with us. So it's like, for me, it's like, wow, this is what happened when nobody disturbing them. Yeah, their habitat is like restored, and they're not scared of any intruders, because they never know. Because humans, some of us birders, some of us the poachers, we look alike. Nobody say that, oh, I'm indicators, I'm birders, and then my friend is like poachers. No, birds doesn't know that. Okay, all they know is that a human being intruding to the spaces and watching them. One shooting with the cameras, another shooting with the guns. It's the same thing. All right. So to answer that, I have no scientific or data to back that up, but I believe that the pandemic actually restored some of the habitats. All right. Any more questions? Yes, Serena.
Yeah. So I know some birders use recorded bird calls,
yes,
track birds to photograph, and it's somewhat of a controversial practice. What's your stance on that?
All right. All bird guides, they need to have recordings for the birds. Some of them, the ethical ones, they bring a recorder, they record whatever species that inside there, and then play it back. And for me, it's a bit disturbing, the habitat or the characteristic of the birds. But you need to know the limit, when and where can you play, how long can you play, and you need to be educated. My stance on it is like, some of the birds you need to call to see, especially bubblers. I think Mala had an experience recently in Danum, where a lot of bubblers, whereby they always skulky, only in the bush. Only when you call them or you whistle, then they come out. Last year, I did talk to James Seaton, one of the author of the guidebook, and we did have discussion regarding about the calls. I said, my opinion, playbacks is more harmful than whistling, because whistling, you get tired of whistling. But James Seaton told me, he knows a guide that can whistle 24/7. So I think it's all about individuality. The best thing is, know your limit, think about the bird's behavior, and learn about the bird behavior, know about the characteristics, then you play the song. Some of the birds doesn't even respond to calls, So why call the bird if there doesn't want response, Sometimes we instigate birds by calling other birds. For instance, like owlets, the feeding sounds, to entice the small bird to come in, But like I said, the more old-fashioned kind of birders, not old-fashioned, the conservative birders, they want it pure. Whatever they see, they see. If they don't see it, they'll come back then next time. That's the conservative. But most of our birders nowadays that come to Sabah, Not only birders, but they're also photographers. And these photographers, the one that demands to see the birds, yeah, because they want to take photographs to bring back. And to tell you about photographers, they spend tens of thousands of ringgit or dollars on their equipment, but they don't gain anything out of it. Just self-bragging rights, myself including. You're just looking for the most likes in Facebook or Instagram. That's it. Yeah. All right. Any more questions? All right.
I found out some of the Montre, Kinabalu Montre and the mix are not among the 6 endemic birds of Sabah.
Kinabalu friendly. Yeah.
How about like the white-headed strogon?
No, white-headed strogon is not Sabah. You can find that in Bacalalan and Payamaga. Yeah. And the highlands of Borneo. Yeah.
So many of them were thought to be, used to be endemic to Mount Kinabalu, now they are found elsewhere as well.
Yeah, they're found as well. Only the Kinabalu, Kinabalu friendly warbler. Yeah. And this one in the southern, it's called garnet pita. Yeah. It's the characteristic and the call is different. Most of our birds, like the white-crowned shama, in the southern part is white-rump shama, longer tail without the lack of the white crown on the head. All right. And another thing is the black-capped warbler, because of the sound. They portray a different sound or calls from our southern part. That's why we're claiming it is Sabahan. All right. Any more questions?
Well, that's all for now. Ron will be still around. Thank you so much, Ron, for your lovely talk.
All right.
So much. So, thank you, Ron.